Ready? Good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to the channel, or evening if you're watching this at night time. And look who has returned.
I've come back from Mexico. I had an amazing time.
Fresh off the plane, full of jet lag and freezing.
Definitely, I'm quite moody.
So we are going to do the Q&A we've been promising you. We've got a lot of questions that come in regularly that we want to cover, and a few of you have sent in more, so there's quite a lot, so we're just going to try and smash through them quickly. Now, I know I talk fast. I can't help that. You're just going to have to listen that little bit quicker this week. And we're going to start with our most controversial question. Well, it's not a controversial question, but the answer we give is often controversial, and that is, why don't we share and give out the what free words of UK park-ups? There are two main reasons that we don't share our UK park-ups, and we never have, right from the word dot. So Emily occasionally shares European ones on your blog, which is currently offline, so don't even go looking for it. But we never have shared the UK ones, and that is one, because of our safety, because people, as you all know, they do tend to follow us around. They're not all nice, genuine people, so we're very conscious, because sometimes our videos can be a week behind usually, but sometimes they're right on the money. So this one, for example, we're filming this on Saturday, you're going to see it tomorrow, Sunday, so it is right up to date, and that is sometimes the case. And people have used in the past our videos to work out roughly which direction we're heading in based on where we've been. They then go, oh yeah, and between videos you seem to have travelled like 60 miles, so I figured out you'd be at this place next, and that just freaked you the hell out, didn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't something that I liked or enjoyed at all, so yeah, it's a very good reason for our safety, and AJ and Summers as well.
Yep, of course we travel with AJ and Summer, and then obviously it's not lost on people that there's quite a lot of expensive camera gear in this van a lot of the time, so we just don't share them for our safety. The second reason, and probably the biggest reason, is because we've got over several social media platforms 100,000 followers, subscribers. If you take off the crossover, that's probably, I don't know, 70 or 80,000 people following us. Of those, 60% at least, 60,000, sorry, at least are in the UK, and at least 50,000 of them have got a van. Now, if we put the what free words up to an epic park up, even if only 1% of those 50,000 people went to that park up, that's 500 people that could potentially visit that park up, and they're all likely to go at the weekend, they're all likely to go in the summer. So even if they get there and they're completely well behaved, just the sheer volume of vans all going to one place is enough to get it shut down. That doesn't account for the people that aren't subscribed that may just be researching an area. So for example, Van Life Scotland, our video comes up, they might be complete tossers, they get the what free words, off they go, dump all their litter, and then that park up's gone. So we just don't share them, do we?
No, we don't. And as you know, Louise is very litter conscious.
Yeah, so I don't want to be any more of a contribution to the reason that these places are getting shut down than we already are. So we're just very conscious that we don't want to lose it. And van life's an adventure. If you're going to go and build a van or buy a van and go out exploring, don't just do the route we do. Like, obviously, inspiration's great, but one of the things we love most is finding something we wasn't expecting to find, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, inspiration is great. You'll see some of our videos because we love to share them with you, so that you could possibly go to some certain areas and stuff, but go off the track, go and explore, take your van elsewhere. It's just all part of it. We pick a route when we go by ourselves, and half the time, I'd say actually 90% of the time, we don't stick to that route.
Yeah, no, we're always deviating and following and wandering off, or someone will tell me that they've seen a lynx in the middle of Spain, and off we go to the centre of Spain, and they're often the best adventures. So yeah, obviously, yeah, inspiration's great, but please try and find your own park-ups, and let's not all crowd the same old park-ups all the time. So hopefully that's made sense without pissing some people off, because some people are very angry that we won't give them the park-up. So don't message us privately, because if you think you're clever for doing that, so do 100 other people, and every single week we're having to tell people we'd really rather not share the park-up. So that's that one done, isn't it?
Yes. Sorry if we annoyed anyone.
Why don't we secure AJ, our dog, when travelling?
Now, what most of you do not see is that he is secured. The type of harnesses that he has on him, they are got like so many different securing points, and there's a couple of reasons why I have that. Mainly for when I'm walking him and stuff, I like to change it about. But also, so when you're seeing him from the back, you don't see that he's actually hooked on and tethered at the front. So he might not be in a cage, but he is actually tethered and secured in the van.
Yes, and we have to be very careful about that in certain countries because they're very much on the case. I left, for his anchoring point, when I built the van, where the bulkhead was, there were some anchoring points along the bottom, so one of them I've left in, and that's what we clip him to. So when you see that shot from behind his head, you just see the back of his head when he's actually clipped on, and then the lead obviously trails off under there. So that's what we do with AJ when travelling.
Will we be having kids?
No. That's all
That's
I've
it. Next question.
No, we've got no intention to have children. Obviously, we've had dogs for a very long time now, so we've had that restricted. We love our dogs and our cat, obviously, but we've had that restrictive tie for such a long time. There's things we want to do in life that kids would make very, very difficult, if not impossible. So we just don't want them, do we?
No, like we love being around children. We've got nieces and nephews, which we enjoy spending time with, and then giving them back. We're very selfish. Me personally, I'm very selfish, and I like to have my own time. And yeah, don't intend on having any children.
And I know a lot of you find that very odd. Some people are totally mind blown that there's 2 women in this van and they don't want to have children, and it's just the way it is. We just don't want them. As much as some people do really want them, we just really don't.
Yeah. You had to put the really in, didn't you?
I really don't want them. But other people, that's great. Obviously, most people do want kids, and there are times when I think, a child would be nice, like Christmas time and stuff. I think, it'd be nice to have a kid. Disneyland, but then I've got Emily, so she just kind of all that enthusiasm for life. I've got enough of it.
I get so excited for them certain like little bits in life. I love it, absolutely love it. So yeah, she's got her own kids.
As of you, really.
I have, yeah.
We've got each other is the answer we're going for then.
Basically, yeah. We both cover the aspects of children.
How do we dry our clothes?
Now, we have a few ways of drying clothes. We go to a laundrette to use the washers and dryers. I'll find a campsite that has a washer and a dryer on. I specifically call up or ask, or I make Louise drive me somewhere else. Or we dry them outside because I have a washing line that I can put up and tie to a tree and stuff if it's warm outside. And the last one is the big line that goes in the front of the cab that everybody asks about. That is a washing line, and we do hang things up in there.
Yeah, so when Emily washes out the flannels or little bits and pieces, we can dry them in the cab. So that flappy white line that goes in my face when we're doing our driving shots, that's what that is. As for like when we're out hiking and our stuff gets wet, we just got quite a lot of hooks along where the bulkhead used to be, and we just have to hang stuff up there, turn the diesel heater vent round because we've got an angled one, and blow the air on it. It is an absolute pain in the arse.
Yes.
One of our biggest bugbears about van life is the wet clothes when we're doing van life in the winter, but in an ideal world we'd have a shower room and hang them in there, but we don't, so that's what we do.
So we have to make do amend, don't we?
That's it.
What drone does Lou use?
I use the DJI Mavic Air 2. However, if I was to buy a drone now, if I was looking in that same kind of bracket, I'd buy the Mavic Air 2S. And if you're looking for a starter drone, I'd go with if you can stretch to it, the Mini 3. If not, then go for the Mini 2. All great drones. The only difference is mine's a bit bigger, so the regs are a bit different. But that is the specific drone that I use, the Mavic Air 2. How do we shower and keep clean?
Good old flannel washes.
You know, lots of people, I know why this gets asked, because they want that video. They want how we shower in our van and the thumbnail with us in bikinis and a shower outside. It ain't happening, folks.
No, not at all, not at all. Although I have got a nice tanned body now where I've had my bikini on, so...
Well, it's -5 outside, so if you want to make that video, let's crack on.
No, not at all, sorry. It's not happening.
So yeah, like Emily said, we have flannels and we do it that way. The other way is we go to gyms, leisure centres, swimming pools. Usually you pay a £5 for a one-time entry. We go for a swim and use the gym and then have a shower afterwards.
Yeah.
Often they're communal showers, so you might not be able to shave your legs and your bits and pits and whatnot, but it works for us, doesn't it?
Yeah, but then we've got a collapsible bucket that we can do that in anyway. And we do also have a USB shower that if we're in a nice warm country and we're out in the sticks a little bit, out it comes.
Yep, so you just drop one end is a pump, you drop that in a bucket of warm water, and then you just turn it on and it pumps water. The other option is of course campsite. We're quite happy to go and pay for a campsite once a week so that we can empty the toilet, fill up with water, have a shower, all those things. So
do the washing.
Yeah, no objection to paying the odd 20-30 quid for a campsite, have we?
No. What about our next European trip?
Our next European trip is very, very, very soon, straight after Christmas. I think, barring no major change of plans, we're going to get on the road. It's going to be I'm not going to say where we're going because it just changes all the bloody time, but we will need all the clothes we own for all the different weathers.
I don't know how I'm going to fit it in the van, I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit like, oh.
Thunderclunge may have to stay at home for this trip just so we can fit in all the different stuff we need, and it's exciting, this one, isn't it?
It is very exciting, and if she's leaving Thunderclunge at home, you know it's going to be a good trip.
Because I want new stuff, new toys to go in the van.
It's not happening, Louise. where do we get our hiking clothes from?
So believe it or not, our choice of hiking clothes is one of our most popular questions. And if you don't believe me, because you think this is a coincidence that this question's come up when they're also sponsoring this week's video, then check the community post we put out, because there was at least 2 questions about our hiking gear just in that. And like I say, they do sponsor the videos. We're very grateful to have Revolution Race provide us with a lot of our hiking gear, aren't we?
Absolutely love the stuff, and you will see from our videos that we wear it pretty much all of the time.
Yeah, so the trousers that you usually see me in, they're the Nordwand Pro pants, and the trousers you normally see Emily in are the RVRC GP pants. I've also got myself a couple of pairs for over the winter of those as well, because they're a bit sturdier around the knees and around the butt, whereas the Nordwand Pro pants, I've got the stretchy bits around the knees and around the butt, so they're better for like scrambling and whatnot. We really like them because they've got ventilation zippers, loads and loads of pockets. They've held up really well, so I think the first pair I've had for over 2 years now. They must have been washed, what, 100 times?
Oh, easily. I like to wash a lot.
So they are a big, thick, durable trouser, so they're not super lightweight, but they're super comfortable, super hard wearing, and the colours are awesome. Emily's also sporting the campfire shirt today, and you've got some new trousers. As it's coming up for Christmas, if you want to get yourself or a loved one some of the Revolution Race gear, then we have a discount code. Now, as you'll know, these don't last for very long, so it's only 5 days. So it's from today until midnight on the 15th that you'll get 15?
Yep, use the code CAMPERVIBE15 and you'll get 15% off.
Yes, and I'll put the link in the description as always, so just head straight to the website. Can't recommend them highly enough. Absolutely love them. Look great, feel great, last great.
Yeah, and they fit my bubble butt, so...
Yeah, Emily's a funny shape, so this is what you like about them. You can get them in a short leg, which is a massive plus for you, isn't it?
It really is. Had to put that in, didn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Would you, will you, go full-time van living, giving up the house fully, and what would you regret, miss from living in a house?
Now, we have a split opinion on this.
So if I was single, then yes, I would go full-time in the van, but as a family with a dog and a cat and Emily, it's a big no, isn't it?
It is, yeah. We have this discussion and we go back and forth all of the time, don't we?
Yes, we just, it with the winter and with the Schengen rules now changed, you can't be out in Europe the whole time, so you'd have to do a lot of time in the UK, and with us both working, internet signal is hard to, it's just difficult in the UK. Throw a cat and a dog in the mix and it would just be too much and put too much pressure on. With that being said, we might do it for, I don't know, a 6 to 12 month period when we change properties, which may be coming or may not be coming in the near future. We will see. We'll keep you posted on that. So in short, no, we wouldn't. What are your favourite go-to snacks? Now this question is definitely one for you, I think.
Everything. I like any snack apart from mint.
Yeah, anything with, so my favourite go-to snack is anything with mint in it, because I know that Emily won't eat it. So mint Aero, After Eights, Matchmakers, those kinds of things, purely for my own stash that it doesn't get raided.
Yeah, like she tried it with chocolate orange, but then I just trained myself to like that, but I just can't do it with mint chocolate. So, but any other chocolate, any other like sweet type of thing, yeah, all of it, to be fair. What made you start doing travelling vlogs, and how hard is it to get started?
In short, Emily made us start doing vlogs, and that was to document the van build. Obviously, once the van build was finished, because I finished it during COVID, I developed quite an enjoyment from making the videos and got a bit creative, and then when we went travelling, we just carried it on, didn't we?
Yeah, because you really enjoyed it, didn't you? It was like,
yeah, really
you loved
enjoyed
that
it.
side, the creative side of it, whereas me, I'm not that creative in that way.
You just like the waffle and the fun stuff, didn't you?
Yes, the waffle, the fun stuff and seeing things, and I'm very lucky that Louise likes to do all of the editing side, because I genuinely couldn't sit there for as many hours as that she does, and like the amount of hours that you sit through and pick music and things like that,
Emily also really loves the community side of it, so
yes.
you lot, talking to you lot in the comments, having a laugh, the banter back and forth, you enjoy all of that, really.
Yeah.
I don't think you could give that up now, could you?
No, I really like that. I love like the messages that come from Instagram and like you say on like the videos and things like that. It just, yeah. So I think we balance it very well, as where Louise likes to do the editing side of it and stuff, and I like to have the community side and speak to all of you lot in the comments and things.
And as for how hard is it to get started, to actually physically start making videos is really easy. You just need one camera or your phone or whatever you've got, and then just a creative mind or be able to tell a story. You don't need all the fancy stuff straight away. If you meant how hard is it to get started on YouTube, that is a completely different story, because it's actually very hard, especially in the beginning, to grow a YouTube channel. So Yeah, if you just want to make videos for fun, just do it. In fact, if you just want to do YouTube, you just need to get going, and it will take time and it will take practice, and we're still very much learning.
Yes.
What, nearly 3 years in now, 2.5 years in?
Yeah, 2.5 years in, we're still learning things.
I'd still
all
put
of the
us.
time.
I'd still put us in that beginner YouTube category. So
Yeah.
yeah, but just do it. Just go. How much did you travel before van life, together or separate, and where did you go? And what lessons did you learn from those experiences that are beneficial to your current travel lifestyle?
We've both travelled from the age of 16, and we've gone to various different countries separately and together.
You did a lot of your travel in the Navy.
I did, yes, and Louis done a lot of it backpacking, which I'm really jealous about.
Yeah, when I was 17 years old, I went backpacking to Australia by myself. Had an absolute whale of a time. Was brilliant. I've also done California in a similar kind of way. Together, we've done quite a lot, haven't we? Mexico, Cuba, Kenya, obviously a large part of Europe,
Yeah.
Tunisia, lots of typical holiday destinations like Turkey and whatnot. Separately, what have you done? Canada?
South Africa, Canada, lots of places in America, Seychelles, Egypt. Yeah, just loads, absolutely loads.
Have you been up to the Arctic Circle in a boat?
Yes, I have, yes. Oh, Iceland, yeah, I've done Iceland, I forgot about Iceland.
Yeah, so between us, we've done a hell of a lot, all combined. All the places that we've done individually, we're going to go and redo together at
Yes.
some point. As for what have we learned from it, I think we've learned it gives you an open mind. So it's very easy to stay in your own country and form all these opinions based on the little bit of the world that the media chooses to show you. But once you actually get out in the world and experience these things, you'll see that it's a lot different to what we're led to believe some of the times, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think the way that we've travelled is somewhat different to going on an all-inclusive holiday or going on to like a package holiday. Yes, I know that I've just been on one of them because I enjoy that as well. But when we have been travelling separate or when we go together, we still try to get out into the actual country and see different things, use the public transport and
talk to
all
the
of that.
local people.
Yeah.
That's a massive plus. I love talking to local people, or I love talking to foreign people that are on their travels also in a
Yeah.
different country, because that's when you really start to learn what other countries and other societies are about. So it's definitely given us a very broad mindscape, I think.
Yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
I've also learned it doesn't matter what goes wrong, you can always dig yourself out of the shit eventually. So don't panic, unless you obviously fall off a mountain or get abducted or something like that. But usually, if shit is the fan, you can get yourself out of it. Don't panic. And most foreign people are very, very nice and will help you in a situation wherever you are.
Oh yeah, definitely. We've met some lovely people, haven't we?
Except for Spanish mechanics, they will not.
Do you both have an equal amount of wanderlust, or is one of you more happy wandering?
This is very easy to answer. I definitely have more wanderlust than you, don't I?
Yes, without a doubt you do. Like, I love travelling and exploring, but
I would say Emily loves travelling for 9 months of the year. So we go 3 months, come back for a month, 3 months, back for a month, 3 months. But you like to come home, get all your hot baths and
Yes.
see family and whatnot. Me, however, I would be on the road 12 whole months of the year.
Oh, 10 years she'd be on the road for if she could.
I just keep going, yeah. So there's definitely a disparity. But luckily, we both love it enough that we want to be doing it most of the time. So it works, don't it?
Yeah, it does. We just have a little compromise.
What 3 things would you change about your van, assuming that you would?
Shower room.
Yes, in an ideal world we'd have a shower, although we can't make that change at the minute because we can't give up the space for AJ, so we just need that extra space. But we'd love to have, not necessarily for a shower, but as touched on earlier, to dry clothes.
Yeah, that's the reason. So I wouldn't call it a shower room, I'd call it a drying room.
Yeah, a drying room. We want a utility drying room inside of a van.
Yes.
I suppose you want a tumble dryer in as well, do you?
Well, no, but what I want you to do is bypass a bit of the heater
Yeah.
and then put the heater in there.
So it dries our clothes. So that's one change. The second change, I'd probably completely change the van, just because this Citroen Relay is great because it's got the width, but the engine is absolutely terrible. Like, it's -6 last night. I'm worried if it's gonna start tomorrow. So there's this constant, the engine's crap, is it going to cope? And the suspension is just shocking. So it's not a comfortable drive over many months, is it?
No.
So
no,
short
you're
holiday,
right there.
motorway driving, fine. But the minute you get a little bit off the beaten track and you're driving every single day, it does start to grate. So I'd change that.
So basically she wants a 4x4 van.
No, not necessarily 4x4, just some suspension would be lovely. Citroen have put none in. third thing? The third thing that I'd look to change is I'd figure out some better placement of the water tanks just for when we go to cold countries. Them being under the van, for me to winterise them is going to be a massive faff. So again, it's a space issue. If we didn't have AJ and Summer in the van, I would put the tanks inside. But for now, our water is staying outside. So they're future changes.
Yeah, see, for me, it's just the drying room.
For Emily, it's just the drying room. Yeah, until your water freezes, and then you'll say, why aren't your pipes inside?
Right, next question.
What is one piece of advice your present self would give to your past self if you could go back in time? Emily's not heard. I've obviously read these questions as they come in, but you've not seen the questions before, have you?
No. Don't get married.
Don't get married, agreed. Don't financially tie yourself into a mortgage with another person.
Yeah.
Don't get a dog together because you will not be able to leave each other until said dogs are gone.
Said dogs are gone, yep. So 11 years in.
No, obviously all those things are jokes. Please take those as jokes. For me, while you're thinking, I would say don't concern yourself with what other people think.
Exactly. No, that would be...
You just can't think of anything, and you've nicked mine.
Genuinely.
You can't think of anything and you've nicked mine.
No, because I was very, very concerned about what other people thought of me.
Oh, it took you... Even when we got together,
this is what I mean.
A long time.
And I was saying this to Joni last night. I genuinely, just don't worry about what other people think of you, because they are nothing to you. It's only what you think of yourself.
Yeah, and everybody's different, and no matter how insecure you are, I would hazard a guess. So most people, when they meet me, will say, "Oh, you're so confident, you're so outgoing, you're so willing to get stuck in." I wasn't always like that. I had to, this is why going backpacking at 17 is a good thing. You have to put yourself in situations where you're not comfortable to get comfortable. So yeah, don't be afraid to do that, and don't give a shit what people think of you.
Yeah, definitely don't, because it's not worth it. They don't matter to you. Would you ever be interested in living on a canal boat?
This is an interesting question. I know we've got a lot of canal boat followers. Thank you very, very much to Cruise in the Cut, our friend David. He is a top guy. So if you have come from Cruise in the Cut and you're still here, thank you very much. We appreciate you getting involved with our van life journey. And yes, I would consider living on a canal boat.
I would as well.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think they look cool. They're quite spacious inside and stuff, aren't they?
Yeah, if we didn't have the van, I'd definitely have a canal boat. I don't know if I'd have a house, a canal boat, and a van, because that's a lot to try and utilise in a year. With all that being said, though, I wouldn't consider living in a canal boat as a forever option. So it'd still be something that we might do for 5-10 years. Maybe while we're saving up or whatever, because it's the same issues with a van. It's going to have problems, it's going to get cold, it's going to get damp. So yeah, probably not forever, but I'd definitely like to give it a go.
I'd like to give it a go. I think it'd be quite cool for a little while, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. So watch this space. Canal boat content incoming, perhaps.
Oh God, that's going to be horrendous. We've got no idea what to do with a canal boat.
You're an ex-sailor.
It's not a canal boat.
Same thing. What's your favourite journey that you've been on since doing van life?
Norway and Sweden.
Norway. It's got to be Scandinavia. I think we'll both agree.
Yeah, without a doubt. Definitely the best place.
100%. Purely the scenery for a start, the people for a second, the ease of finding park-ups, water, showers, facilities. Supermarkets, English. Everyone speaks English, which I know is very ignorant for us to say, but it does make a massive difference if you can communicate to a certain extent. And we do try and learn, and we are still trying to learn other languages, but that's a slow process. You go to Scandinavia, bang, it's there. Oh, and the driving. It is the best roads I've ever driven on, especially Norway. The roads are smooth, but it's the drivers. No one's up your arse, no one's tooting, no one's in a rush. It's all very nice and slow and easy.
Such nice countries. I can't wait to go back there.
Yeah, it's coming.
Can't wait.
It's coming.
It is.
If you could describe yourself as a chocolate bar or snack, what would it be?
Fruit and nut bar.
You are a fruit and nut bar or a tutti frutti. Depending on her mood, you might be a bit tutti frutti, mightn't you?
Definitely a fruit and nut bar. Definitely.
She is nice.
What about you?
Oh, I don't know.
I'd say...
Oh, Galaxy, because that is smooth.
Horrendous.
No?
Definitely not a Galaxy.
I'm a Galaxy. Well, what would I be then? I'll put it in the comments. What snack would you describe me as? Because I haven't got a clue, but you are definitely fruit and nut.
Fruit and nut, yeah, without a doubt. Smooth. Galaxy, you're a twat.
Why don't you come out with a line of hats or merch?
We go back and forth over this so many times.
We will get round to doing merch. Look, it's going to come when it comes, so you're just going to have to hang on. It's just, I don't know, the only reason for us to do merch is to make loads of money, and we're just not I'm just not. We're just not that bothered, are we?
I don't think it's only to make loads of money. It's nice to have some merch, isn't it? Because I'd like my own, like, sort of like fitness t-shirt and stuff with a little...
No one's going to buy fitness t-shirts.
You don't know that.
No one's into fitness. No one's into fitness. The merch will come when we have time. So we're about to take a break, but I don't want to use that time to do things like that. We want to take an actual break.
No, we're going to have a break together.
So yeah, that'll be interesting. 2 whole weeks together with nothing to do.
Oh God, you're going to be so annoying. Where do you get your music from?
We get all of our music for the YouTube videos from Epidemic Sound. It is a subscription service, so we pay £10 a month?
Yeah, £10 a month.
£10 a month, and then we can download whatever songs we want and use them within our YouTube videos or our Instagram, but only for one account. So I can only use that on the Camper Vibe stuff. If you wanted to do it on another channel or whatever, you'd need a second subscription. If you do want to give it a go, this isn't sponsored, this is genuinely what we use, but lots of people ask. I'll leave a link, there's always a link in the description. If you go through that link, we get a month for free, so yeah, check it out. But they do have some really good music, to the point where I actually listen to it as my main source of music.
Oh yeah, we do. We're like, just whack the playlist on, and it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, so I've got playlists set up of stuff that I'm likely to use in vlogs, and then we'll just sit and listen to that, because the acoustic stuff on there is really, really good.
Yeah, and like I say, she spends hours trawling for music as well.
Looking for music, yeah, it takes a long time, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? But we get some really good sounds from that, and like I say, tracks that we can listen to like in our daily.
Yeah, also because I download so many different songs for videos, when people say what song was that, half the time I've already deleted, because it takes up so much space, it's untidy. Half the time, by the time the video comes out, I've already deleted it all, so I don't know. But if you use the app Shazam and listen, you just hold it over when the music's playing, that will tell you the song and artist, so you can do it that way, because it would just take me hours to go back through and try and figure out what I've used. But Epidemic Sound. Why don't you visit places with decent weather?
That's quite funny, actually.
we try and visit places with decent weather. So we've been to like France at the right time of year when it's meant to, and it just wherever we go it rains. So wherever we go, don't go there, because it will rain.
It's just always the way, isn't it? But we also try not to go places that are going to be too hot, because we have AJ and Summer, and we're very conscious that we wouldn't want to be uncomfortable in the van with them. And yeah, because we wouldn't go to Spain or France in the middle of summer.
Pretty much. The minute you start going south in summer, it's too hot for the dog and the cat. The cat hates it, the heat even more. So we naturally go north, which is fine, because we get to go to Scandinavia. And yes, it rains a lot, but you know,
we've got all the gear, so it's fine.
So I'm going to combine, I'm very aware that this video is dragging on, so I'm going to combine a few questions in once. What does our future van life look like, and will we be going to, there's lots of people from lots of countries that want to know if we're going there, so our future van life is going to carry on as it is for the foreseeable, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yep, absolutely loving life, and got so many more places to go.
Yep, it will probably be like 3 months at a time, then a month at home. Unless we sell our house, then we will probably live in the van for a bit longer, but it's pretty much going to be as is. The countries that people want to know if we're going to are Australia, absolutely 100%. We'd love to do Australia in a van.
Yeah, definitely.
America and Canada. All of those places are very high on the list, but they all have the same problem for us. It's getting AJ there, and because of his age, we just don't want to put him on a plane or ship him. So
no.
It will be an exciting day when we can go to these countries, but it will also be a very sad time. So we will be coming, but hopefully not too soon, because that means we've got more time with AJ.
It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Like, we're going to be excited to go there, but then there's a reason why we can go there.
Yes, and the other countries are Ireland and Scotland. Now, as for Ireland, we think sometime next year, things do have a tendency to change, so hopefully we'll be in, because we don't want to go for a short time. If we're going to go to Ireland, we want to go and do it properly. And the other place is Scotland. Obviously, yes, we will be doing northern Scotland, but Scotland's the kind of country that we can do in little sections between European trips, so it makes sense for us to do that. And also with Scotland, you've got to avoid the midges and the masses of tourists, so it's fitting it all in. But don't panic, we're going to be doing this for a long time, so we will get round to doing all those countries. There are other, South America is the top of my list, so I do think there will be, at some point, a huge trip coming, but it's going to be...
Yeah, in the future.
In the short term, it's going to be Europe and the UK for a bit, isn't it?
Yes. Any plans for another camper?
If you'd have asked me a few months ago, I would have said no, but there's a little bit going on in there, so it's a possibility, but I don't think it'll be in the next 12 months, but I think maybe after another big trip or two, then yeah.
She sprung this on me as I got home yesterday. Oh, I'm thinking about another van.
Yes, so yeah, watch this space, I guess. Maybe. If Emily could only have one snack for the rest of your life, which snack would you choose? One snack. One. Forever.
But it depends what time of the month it is.
Right, the normal time in a month.
Barbecue Lays.
Barbecue Lays? Crisps?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Barbecue Lays.
And then dairy milk.
What, the other time in a month?
Yeah.
Have you experienced much discrimination on the road as a couple?
No.
No, not on the road. In fact, we find that in other countries it's usually a lot easier. Not that we've had to worry much about it most of the time.
No, not at all. Like, it's...
Honestly, discrimination for us being a couple very rarely is a problem for us. Discrimination for being female is something we found that is a lot more of something that we have to deal with on a daily, well, not daily basis, but on a more regular basis.
Yeah,
so,
more being female than being a gay couple.
yeah. So yeah, if you are a gay couple and you're worried about that, so far, especially in Western Europe, it's very, very widely accepted, isn't it?
Yeah.
We only ever see Lou driving the van. Does Emily drive?
I do for drone shots because that's the only time I'm allowed to drive. Because apparently I go too close to the edge, I don't know the position of the road, I brake late.
The problem isn't Emily as a driver, the problem is me as a passenger. I am a useless passenger, and because you drive the van so little, that when we are then on the other side of the road, and usually when we want to fly the drone, it's on a skinny, narrow mountain road. So So yeah, but Emily can drive, she's a perfectly good driver, I am just a terrible passenger, and usually as well, you work on your laptop whilst I'm driving, so it just suits us to be in that routine.
Yeah, because it saves a little bit of time for us, so yeah, we tend to travel while I'm working and stuff like that as well.
Oh, actually, I like this one. Right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Louise, you seem so easygoing, always happy, always aiming to please. I wonder if you have much say in the relationship, or if Emily really does rule with an iron fist.
Look at you!
I'm all of those things. I'm laid back, I'm easygoing, I'm happy.
You little, honestly.
The honest answer to that question, now let me finish. The honest answer is yes, Emily does rule with an iron fist. But only like the little day-to-day things. I would say, and this is, tell me if I'm wrong, but I would say on the big decisions, I probably get my own way more than you do.
Oh, without a doubt. The tantrums from this one.
They're not tantrums, they're reasoned debates.
No. I wish I'm going to get that on camera one day. I'm just going to do a secret camera.
So on the daily life things, the little like where things are kept and all that stuff, yes, Emily does rule with an iron fist. I'm absolutely terrified of her. You've probably already seen that. But the reason I'm so happy and laid back, as you've kindly pointed out, is because we are doing with our lives what we want to do, aren't we?
Yes.
Yes, there is compromise, but with 12 years in, aren't we?
Nearly, yeah.
Yeah, so we've learned very well how to compromise, and actually if you do compromise, you're going to be happier most of the time rather than constantly trying to fight each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a team effort, isn't it?
Yes, very much so.
On that positive note, that very positive note, should we end it there?
Yeah, it's not going to anymore.
There's quite a few more questions on the phone, so sorry if we haven't got to yours. I've just gone through them in order, but after Christmas we will do a live.
Yep.
I'm thinking on the bear with me, Wednesday the 28th, we're going to do a live, probably at about 8 o'clock in the evening.
So late.
Yeah, but it's in that gap. Do you know, Christmas is done, and you've got a few more, and you don't really know what to do with yourself or what day of the week it is. We'll do it in that gap.
Come and join us for our live.
28th at 8 o'clock. I will probably put a community post out again closer to the time, just to remind you all, because you must turn up, because our lives are excellent.
Oh, okay. Oh, smooth.
Because I'm a
You're definitely galaxy
chocolate bar. So yeah, on that note, I hope you've enjoyed this. I know it's not our usual travel video and it's not cinematic and all those things, but hopefully it's giving you a little bit of an insight into us. And I know in the last video I said we're taking a break. We are taking a break, but there's one more video to come because I got your Christmas surprise, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yep, and filmed it all. So you will see Emily's return from Mexico in the next video, which I'm hoping is going to be out Wednesday, because then after that we are off. If it's not out Wednesday, because I haven't edited it in time, it will be out on Sunday. So Wednesday or Sunday, there's one more Christmas. It's just a fun video. It's not a van content video, but it is a whole load of fun, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And on that note, we just want to say a huge thank you to you guys for always being there, always being friendly, mostly in the comments. Have a lovely Christmas, and we'll see you with our Christmas special. I'm going to call it a Christmas special.
It is a
Christmas
Christmas special.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.